Hi, families. This video is to show you how to use the drawing method. If you remember a few units back, we used the drawing method when we were solving addition problems. So I'm going to quickly review that and then just show you how it changes for subtraction, which is what we're going to be doing in this unit. So if I were to take the problem 36 plus 48. First, let me remind you about our base 10 blocks. So we have a hundreds block, we have a 10 stick, and we have a 1, or sometimes it's called a circle or a cube. So a box equals 100, a stick equals 10, and a circle or a cube equals 1. So when we were adding, what we would do is we would start off by drawing both numbers. So I would draw 36, so 3 tens and 6 ones. And I would draw 4 tens for 48 and 8 ones. Now we always like to remind our children to draw them in groups of 5, which makes them easier to count. We also like to remind them to draw them big enough so you can see each individual one and that they're easy to cross out and keep organized. So when we were adding, what we would do is we would circle a group of 10. So I like to circle my 5s because I know that makes a 10. And I write a little 10 right there. Then I could see if there was any 10s. If I had 10 10s, then I could make 100, but I don't. So then I would count this up. I would have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Here's 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. So we started using this method in the beginning of our adding when we are making new groups. We will not use the drawing method forever, but it's a good visual for kids to kind of see what they're doing before we get into that algorithm that we all know now. So now let me show you how the drawing method's a little different for when we do subtraction. So when we did addition, we drew both numbers to start. When we do subtraction, we're just going to draw the bigger number, what you're subtracting from. So if I had 100, I would just start by drawing my hundreds box. Now, what I like to do is I like to use the word exchange. The book tends to use the word regroup. And if you are like me, when you were in school, you learned the term borrowing. I don't like the term borrowing because you don't actually give anything back, which is the definition of borrow. So I like to say exchanging. What I'm doing is I am taking this hundreds block and I'm breaking it up and I'm exchanging it for something that it has the same value, it just looks different. So since I can't take 63 out of here, yes, of course there's 63 in there, but I need it to look different. So I first exchange, so I put an X through it, and I draw 10 tens. Now the number didn't change. This is still 100. It just now is in the form of 10 10 sticks. So now I technically could take away my 6 tens, but I can't take away my 3 yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one of my 10 sticks and I'm going to exchange it for 10 ones. Again, I'm not changing the value. I'm just regrouping it, exchanging, changing the way it looks. You learned this as borrowing. So now I can take my 63 away. So I'm going to put a slash through those 3. Now, the reason I use X's for exchanging or regrouping, and then I do slashes of what I'm getting rid of. Either way, they both are gone, but I like to use the different marks just so I know what's going on. So I take my 3 ones away, and then I can take my 6 tens. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an extra one is 6. Now, what you have left is your answer. So even though these have X's and these have slashes, I'm still only counting what does not have a slash or an X through it. So here's 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37. So I would have 37 left over. So that is how you use the drawing method when you're subtracting from 100, which is where we will start on our Unit 4 Lesson 3. Then on Unit 4 Lesson 4, we will not be subtracting from 100, but subtracting from other numbers. So again, I draw my biggest number in boxes, sticks, and circles. So this one has no boxes, just 8, 10 sticks, and 4 ones. Now I need to take away 29. I could take away the tens, but I don't have what I need for the ones yet. So I'm going to exchange one of my 10 sticks. So I'm taking that 10 stick and I'm breaking it down into something else. So I'm going to add 10 ones to my drawing. So I got rid of that 10. I changed it into 10 ones. I regrouped it. I exchanged it, or as you know it, called borrowing. Now I can take away my 9 ones. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I can take away 2 tens. 1, 2. Again, please encourage your child to draw these clearly. It'll make it so much easier if their work is organized and as neat as possible. Now I can count to see what I have left. I know this is a group of 5, so 5 tens equals 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. So like I said, we are just going to be using the drawing method for the first 2 lessons, and then your child will be able to or be encouraged to use the algorithm and use the drawings as a way to check their work. Please let me know if you have any questions or you need some further explanation on this drawing method. Have a great night.